What is happening, everybody? Welcome to Off the Rails, a recovery podcast dedicated to ending the stigma of addiction through open discussion on all things recovery related. My name is Mark, and with me always are Dave and Jared. And today we're shooting the sober shit.
Yep. Today we got a really special episode, actually. It's Mark's 1 year of sobriety. So we're going to Dave and I are going to interview Mark. And congratulations, Mark. Great accomplishment.
Thank you.
So, how's the first year of sobriety been?
Well, it has been amazing, man. I had a great day today. A lot of reflecting, about the ups and downs, how my life has really turned around in a year, and all the great things, we've done. I have moved across the country with Rebecca, got our beautiful daughter. I'm back in school and got to start this amazing podcast with you fine gentlemen, which gets to help people struggling with addiction or having a loved one struggle. And that's pretty amazing, man. And I'm really proud of what we are doing here. And that's been a really rewarding part of my 1 year. So thank you guys.
Thank you, Mark.
It's also been very helpful. You know what I'm saying?
It's a good tool as well, selfishly saying, eh?
Oh, fuck yeah, man. We get to chat and pretty much open about it. We get to own our fucking sobriety and our addiction and just talk about it. And I don't know, I find it's been super helpful.
I saw Rebecca's post and it said how proud she was of how vulnerable you've been over the last year. Do you think has that been difficult for you?
Yeah, man, but I think once I owned it, man, I really feel like that helped me. And I felt like I didn't really have anything to hide anymore. Which is amazing. It's like an incredible feeling not to be hiding something. Like if anyone asks me about addiction and my experience with addiction, I'll gladly talk about it with them, right? Mm-hmm. I don't always I don't go out of my way to be like, I'm a drug addict or whatever to people, but if they want to ask me about it, I'll gladly tell you. Right.
Be like, introduce yourself to all new people. Hi, I'm Mark. I'm an addict.
Yeah. I've caught myself sometimes.
I do it at work sometimes by accident. I'm like, oh yeah, shit. Everyone knows anyways.
Yeah, man. The last year has been amazing. Just did an Instagram post that tagged you guys in. It's pretty emotional, right?
Made me tear up.
Yeah, it was pretty. I think I probably could I think I could sit down and write about the last year all day. Well, I know I could do that, but in terms of speaking about it, where to begin? I was in a cult for a month. That was crazy. Before I got to meet Dave and Jared, guys, I went to a treatment center. That wasn't for me. Now I'm going to give you some advice. If there's a treatment center that's not for you, stick with it because you still can work. So I go to this treatment center and, well, the first thing, it's marketed, it says it got a pool, got all this cool shit. It doesn't have a pool. It doesn't have a gym that it said it did. So I get there. There's a 16-foot tall cross in the backyard, which was crazy. And you're not allowed to go out for walks. No phone calls or anything for the first 2 weeks. There's cameras everywhere in the house, beside your bedrooms and washrooms, obviously.
That you know
of. Yeah, I mean, that'd be illegal. But man, it was weird. You weren't allowed to go out through the front door by yourself. Had to have a buddy system, and then you're only allowed to walk to the end of the road. So this place was shit. So and people asked me, they're like, why did you stay there? And the reason was I knew at that point, no matter what I said to my family, if I called them and I was like, I got to get the fuck out of here. They would just, they would be like, that's addict Mark talking. So I toughed it out for that month. Even when I would, after the first 2 weeks, when I got to call my family, you had to be in a room with the counselor while you're talking to your family. right? So like you're just there on the phone. They were like right across. So basically, I was supposed to be there for 90 days, and after 2 weeks, you're allowed to go visit. Your family member is allowed to go pick you up, but they got to like pre-approve it and all this shit. So my mom came and picked me up on that Saturday, and I called my dad from her phone, I think. And I was talking to him, and I was like, man, like, I'll do whatever you guys want. I explained the situation. I was like, I'll tough it out there for a month. I'll go back to Newgate, like everything. Newgate does everything better. And I was like, I'm serious about getting better, and this is what I'm going to do. Right. So then I get to go to Newgate right after, get to meet you fine gentlemen, pull in the same time as Dave. My mom talks about it all the time. She says that Dave is a sweet boy. She always calls him a
He's
sweet
not
boy.
wrong.
I know. But we also forget he's a man.
I'm a grown man.
Yeah, we're growing up. Like, he's a sweet boy, Mark. I can tell. And yeah, got to meet an amazing group at Newgate.
And Mark, I had a question I don't think I ever asked you before.
Yeah.
When you were kind of like deciding to go back to Newgate, was there like doubt in your mind or your family's mind because you had already gone to Newgate that like it didn't work last time, let's say per se, because you had a relapse, that maybe it wasn't enough or something like that? Or
there absolutely was. And but I really sold, like, not that I sold them on it, but I just compared like Newgate has their family program, right? So the cool thing is the family's kept in the loop at all times. But when my family would call the other place I was at, they would not update them on how I was doing or anything like that.
oh really?
Yeah, and this place was more expensive than Newgate. So I told them like exactly what it was, and I said I'll go there for as long as you want. And so basically, their only thing with Newgate was that they did their research, and most people think 90 days is a better length of a program, right? Because when you break it down, like that 30 days, like you're able to kind of quit doing drugs, but then you kind of got to formulate new patterns, right? Like behavioral patterns or whatever, and then kind of implement them. So that was what they wanted me to do. And I went to Newgate for the month, as you guys know. And to me, I felt like I was able to kind of like establish like my routine. And I think I was a lot more like, I guess, open to doing it Newgate's way, more like than, because like I wanted to like go above and beyond the first time I was there. So I kind of like went with the flow of it when I was there the second time and kind of trusted their program a bit more. I don't know if I told you guys before, I did like a fucking 100-page relapse prevention plan first month time I was at Newgate.
They wouldn't give it back to you.
Yeah, I know. I got it
Yeah.
here now. But, you want to see how big it is? Shit.
What didn't you say there was appendixes in it and everything?
There's fucking all the tabs.
Tabs, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet. I was pretty proud of it, but like when you're in like a dire spot of relapse, you're not gonna bust open 150. Like you're not gonna look through your appendix.
You know who'd be proud of that?
Yeah.
Santiago.
Oh yeah, she would. Oh yeah. Absolutely. So then I told my family from there that like I would do the month at Newgate, and if they wanted me to stay a second month, I would, or I'll stay at my mom's house for the last 30 days to just like drive the new behavioral patterns home or whatever. And that was my idea. And at this point, I know I have a baby on the way, and I'm fucking serious about getting better right at this point. Like I know I'm not doing anything to jeopardize it, and I don't know if like a flick switched or whatever, flick, I don't know what I'm saying.
Switch flipped.
That's what I mean. Switch flipped. That's exactly what I mean. But I think when I was in Newgate with you guys, man, like that's when I was like, fuck, like I need to get it together because I didn't at the place before. I wasn't that serious. I was like miserable there. And I just like the only thing I focused on was getting out of there. I didn't enjoy being there. Like I really enjoyed like being a Newgate with you guys and actually like wanting to get better. And like better in every aspect of my life too, like not just fix my addiction, but like work on my mental health and work on things that would lead me back to using. So yeah.
I have a question like about, because I know that you in the future want to kind of open up your own like center, right?
Yeah.
Do you think a good idea would be like, because I don't know, I found with us, the people that you're around, that you're compatible with, the easier it is to kind of, you can help each other get through your day. Would you ever implement something in your own facility? Like, I don't know, putting people that are kind of more compatible together and like different groups of people and then doing it that way. Do you think that would help people out more?
Yeah. That's a good question, man. And I'm thinking about all the people that I've met, like in the past, like my trips to treatment, man. And there's been so many amazing people. And I kind of find, right, like if it was just three of us, it wouldn't have been as much fun as if we never had like certain individuals. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah,
I know what you're saying.
but you know,
like,
yeah,
pairing them for like meetings and shit like that, I think is crucial.
yeah,
Right. And like having one of the right counselors would be right. And having a counselor that you can actually connect with too, I think is important. Right.
hmm
And like I know you guys can probably think of counselors that you're like, I connected more with them. And I find a lot of times it's because they have been through it themselves. You know what I'm saying? You feel like you're a bit more able to open up to them.
Or just, I think I can identify pretty quickly with people that actually care too. Like,
Yeah.
I think all the counselors did at our place, but like, you can really see the ones that like really true. I mean, anyone that's in that field, I should say, I think probably cares about people. Obviously, that's what they're getting into. But I don't know. For me, it's just like a different level of like, you can just see it that that's what they're generally in their heart. It's all they want to do is just kind of help you succeed, right?
Yeah, man, absolutely.
Like a teacher, like when you have a teacher that's kind of like, they're teaching whatever, that's what they got into, but someone that's passionate about their students, right? It's a different level.
Yeah, I agree.
and
Sweet point.
Oh man, I watched your I don't know if have you watched your video, your story that we did early?
No.
Yeah, I haven't watched mine either, but I watched it the other day.
Yeah.
And man, something I just want to say too is like, I always like, even back then, like always thought you were a very confident guy and you just seemed like, you're doing well, like when we got out of there. And I know you were, but looking back now, and I kind of relate to myself too, on how you are, just like you can see the growth in like just your voice, even from when you were sober back then to now, right? Like it's like the confidence is more in there, the happiness comes out in the voice, obviously your face and everything too. So it's kind of cool to listen to it. I know like it might be tough for you because I get cringy listening to myself, but yeah, it's cool, man. Like your smile is just pops more and stuff like that. You send pictures over, and
Thanks,
so
buddy.
it was cool. I think when you see someone so much, it's hard to really, or like talk to someone a lot. Like you don't really notice as much, but when it's months have gone by and you look back, I think that's when you kind of like, holy shit, yeah. Like, so anyways, I just wanted to say that ramble.
That was really nice, man. I'm fucking tearing up a bit here. Thanks, bro.
That way.
Yeah, that was
I got some viewer questions.
Okay.
Yeah. Want me to start with one here, Jerry? You ready?
Yep.
For Mark, but like, so this time last year, you were heading back to rehab. What would you tell that Mark before he got onto the plane?
Oh man, that's a sweet question. I don't know, man. Life gets better. You know,
Yeah.
I would probably teach them the one day at a time thing. It took me a while to really grasp that. And you know, when you take it one day at a time, you wake up every day and you say, I'm going to stay sober just for today. And then those days add up, and days become weeks, weeks become months, months become a year.
Woo!
But man, I would probably tell them to be willing to learn. And I don't know. That's probably all I got, man. With that Mark, like I was in a dark place, man, when I was on that plane. But I remember talking to my dad, and he, you know, he was driving me to the airport, and he was like, I could see this time you want it more, right? So like the first time I went away for treatment, my dad flew up with me just so he would see me get in the car with my mom, right?
Yeah.
So she would bring me because they thought I was going to just peace out, like, right? So my family's been so supportive, man. And I don't know how. I think it would be really hard to, I guess, do it without such an amazing support system. That being said, guys, there's lots of sports out there. So if you don't have a great, just rambling. Just thankful for my family.
I get what you're saying. What, okay, another question here. What has been the most impactful thing you've learned about recovery over the past year?
Oh man, these are tough. Impactful thing. Shit, I know I'm going to say something. Here's the deal. I know I'm going to say something, and then later I'm going to think of something else. And I'm going to be like, shit, that was the real. The most impactful thing I learned about recovery is you need to learn how to set boundaries. And sometimes that means like making hard decisions. Right? Yeah, you need to set boundaries with people, and you really got to take a look at yourself.
I think the boundaries ones, I think that's a huge thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And recovery comes first. That one's big too.
Yeah, it's big.
And I still put recovery first. And I got a lot of cool shit going on. You know? Everyone that I love, recovery still comes first because they deserve it.
There you go.
These are good questions. Make me think and make me very emotional.
I have a question for you.
Sweet.
I know you used to like have a hard time looking at yourself in the mirror, and you had like were very down on yourself. How do you see yourself today?
I mean, there are days when I still struggle.
Mentally and mentally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mentally, I feel strong. You know, I feel like I'm caring and I'm kind, and you know, I want to help people. And I think, you know, one thing I learned in recovery is like I was so depressed when I was using, right, and I felt like I was so scared of death, but I also didn't care if I died. But I was scared of death because like I would die, and like, what did I accomplish? You know what I'm saying? Did I make the world a better place than when I came in, or did I help people? And all those answers are no. Like I didn't do anything for people, right? And I think today, like I feel like there's purpose and hope where I can actually help people, and that gives me like this like sense of I guess hope for the future, and it gives me a bit of like content that because like that still makes me really depressed, right? But well, I know that if I'm lying on my deathbed and I look back on my life and I'm like, fuck, man, you actually tried to help people, or you were kind and caring, and you went out of your way to actually try to help a problem. Like that's kind of something that I want to. That's something I could die happy with, right? Like knowing that I gave it a shot at doing something that matters. Physically, I would like to be more shredded. I turns out you quit doing coke, you gain some weight. And fuck, man, I gained so much weight last year. Like the first time I went to rehab, and then I just ate all summer, relapsed, gained some more weight, and then but I'm back in the gym, guys. So feeling better every day, riding my bike every day. So it's a bit delayed, but I'm getting shredded.
Heck yeah, you're.
Nice.
I got to get on that train with you.
Get a bike.
Stationary.
Oh man, cruising around town is sweet.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, got another question here.
Okay.
When you thought about getting sober during active addiction, you mentioned it didn't sound fun or was kind of daunting. Is being sober what you thought it would be like? If not, how so?
Man,
That's a good question.
that is an awesome
That is
question.
a good question.
Yeah,
Is
you
that a
were
viewer
firing on
question or
all
a Dave
cylinders.
question?
That's a viewer question.
Shout out that viewer. Great question. Being sober is so much better than I thought it was. And I don't know why I was scared of it not being fun. Like using stop being fun so long ago. And every aspect of my life is better. Every single one. Right? There's no aspect of my life that is not better today than it was a year ago. And I actually have like wholesome fun that I don't need to be high for. I had to actually experience emotions. I don't know why I was so I get it, but because I was just scared to let go, right? And you're like grasping for everything to not give up. But man, every aspect of my life is better.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You think is that okay answer? I think so.
That's amazing.
That's great.
Did you see your 1 year ago today? Where did you see yourself today?
I don't know, man. I didn't have a lot of faith like a year ago or hope, or I didn't think it was possible, to be honest. Right? Like I didn't believe that I could do it. And I'm kind of mad at myself for that, but because I can do it. And so can anyone listening. But I didn't have a lot of, I don't know. I tell you a couple months before I went to treatment the first time, I didn't see myself being alive, which is dark. Like if I kept using, I wouldn't be alive. And I don't know, Jared, man, that's an awesome question too. I felt really hopeless a year ago. And even when I went back to Newgate, man, I was really depressed heading back into Newgate. And I probably talked to you guys about that. I'm like, I'm fucking depressed. I'm back here.
Even like what in Newgate, like as we were going through together, you could see like the difference in you just going through there. Like, I mean, like everyone, but but you especially, like how, I don't know, we were having like so much fun by the end of it.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Yeah, the first, like, I found coming back to Newgate really difficult, man, because I felt like a failure. And I felt that I felt hopeless, man, for a long time. And I don't know, I don't feel that way anymore. And that's a good feeling.
you're doing great, buddy.
Thanks, man. This is a really emotional. I didn't
I know I'm tearing
expect all
up.
these bangers here today.
I've got a couple more from viewers here.
Okay.
Have any emotions more than others over the past year made you feel more cravings to use than others?
Yeah, man. I used to use a lot to like mask those emotions, right?
Yeah.
Suffered from depression for a long time. I still do. And that was one way I tried to deal with it, man. And I suffered with anxiety for a long time. And man, I remember the first time I was drinking and I did coke. And I was like, this is the fucking answer. Right? I could talk to people, I thought that's how people talk to each other. And, I look back at conversations I've had with people just like high and I'm like, what the fuck are you even getting on with, man? Like, so I beat myself up a bit. But anyway, back to your question. I don't anymore, man, because like honestly, like I really embrace how I feel and what emotions I'm going through. And you can't experience happiness without experiencing sadness, right? So, feeling sad makes feeling happy that much better. And I don't know, man, I really embrace them. And I try to think of them not as reasons to use, but like reasons to be grateful for this life.
That's a good answer.
That is a good
Good.
answer.
Good answer, and actually being able to like feel and process the emotions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mark, I got a question. Like, I don't know, I know we've talked about it before, kind of how I think you're lucky that you got sober before you had your daughter, and that's a blessing, kind of.
Yeah.
So one day, like, you should be really proud about that, because it's amazing. So
Yeah.
I'm sure she'll be happy to have a sober dad, and she gets to always see you in your best version of yourself. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Thanks, Sam. Yeah, I still beat myself up a lot, man, about like finding out Rebecca was pregnant and I couldn't like get it together then, man. I didn't know what to do, and I fucking just like I did what I've always done when like I couldn't process it, man. I went right to using when I found out, and like that fucking sucks to think that, right?
Mhm. But and I guess you just got to look at the brighter side of the picture, or whatever
Yeah.
however that saying goes.
Yeah. But I remember like when Mila was born, like I was really hard on myself that I was not 9 months sober, right?
Yeah.
I was like, this fucking, this sucks, Mark. Like, you got to tell her that when you're older. But
Mhm.
on the plus side, like I am sober when she was born, and I'm going to be one day at a time, every day of her life.
That's amazing.
Nice.
She's a lucky girl.
Oh, she's so sweet, guys.
Yeah. They're blessings.
Yeah, man. Really emotional this episode.
I think you might have answered this over the period of talking, but I'll just ask it anyways because it's the last viewer one. What is something you've learned about yourself over the last year and that you're most proud of?
But I kind of learned who I am again, man. And I fell away from that for a long time, and I feel. Okay, one more time on the question. What have I learned about myself?
What have you learned about yourself over the last year that you're most proud of? So when you grow your hair out, it looks sweet.
Yeah, I learned that I have really sweet hair. I almost cut it today, though. Man, I don't know that I'm resilient. What was that quote Buddy said last night? Sweet.
Oh, did you write that down?
Yeah, I did. Yes. He said that your current situation is not your permanent destination. Right? So what you're going through right now and what I went through is not who I am. And I am able to be who I want to be. And I know who I want to be now. And for that, I'm grateful. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud of knowing what I want and proud of being someone that my, Rebecca, Mila, my mom, dad, sisters, they can all depend on, right? And, if I say I'm going to be somewhere, I want to be there. And like, I want, because like that was something I'd always do, man. My family would like ask me to go to something. I would just call like 2 hours late and just be like, can't make it. Right? Like I want to, if my family asks me to do something, I want to be there for them. Right?
Yeah. Awesome. So those your questions, they were sent over by a very special lady.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh sweet. God love her.
Yeah. You know who it was?
Was it Rebecca?
Yeah.
God love her. Love you, boo.
They're sweet questions. She sent them over. I was like, yeah, save me some. A couple of them were ones I was thinking of too, but she writes pretty good. So
Yeah. She's supposed to be a lawyer or something.
Yeah.
Guys, it's been a great episode.
So man, what's goal? I know it's one day at a time, but you got some goals for year two you want to share, or do you see anything? Actually, do you see anything being added to your recovery toolbox, or maybe not added, but maybe some things that might change or evolve?
Good question. Going to keep growing this podcast with the fellas here. Going to continue to exercise. I am going to finish the addiction studies courses that I'm doing. I'm going to start working in the field of addictions. And going to continue to be an amazing father.
Awesome.
That's awesome.
And I've been thinking about it exercise-wise. I'm going to join a boxing gym.
Oh, yes.
Mm.
Getting some six. They better watch out for those sixes coming in.
Oh, yeah, that's all. Yeah, straight uppies.
And you guys had me boxing like the couple times, and that is one of the hardest workouts I've ever done.
That was so much fun, man.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But holy, like even just holding your arms up like this is difficult. Like it doesn't look difficult, but it is very difficult.
Mhm.
Uh,
Oh, such a good workout.
yeah,
So,
it must relieve a lot of stress too, and tension.
Yeah, it's good, man. I can't wait to. I'm looking forward to it. I'm a little nervous, so I'll keep you guys updated on that.
I got a little question about your relationship. I hope that's okay.
Yeah. Open book, buddy.
If you and Rebecca get in arguments or disagreements, how much better is the communication and settling the disagreement or arguing now that you're sober?
Man, so much better. It's crazy. I can't say enough good things about Rebecca, man. She's an amazing partner. She's an amazing mother, and I love her to death. And honestly, man, we don't get in the shit we've been through, like argument now is not even going to be. We got in an argument earlier because she took photos of me and I didn't like how I looked in them. Like if that's as far as the argument goes, man, like I'm so happy with that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So it's good.
Yeah. Like,
And how is the relationship with your family, parents, nieces, nephews, whatever changed?
it's good, really good, man. The one with my mom, like I've faced or like video chat with my mom every day. I pretty much talk to all my family every day. My sisters and my dad, and I think my dad coming out and visiting me, that was huge because he didn't see me since last September. And, we talked on the phone and whatnot, but like, he knew what kind of manipulation bullshit I was on when I was using. And, he didn't know for real. So he had to see it, like, had to see how I actually was. And I think him coming up and seeing me was really like a weight off his shoulders. And, he messaged me today and told me he's proud of me. And like, he hasn't really said that a lot to me, like growing up. So that was really kind of special. And I know he's actually proud of me. And I'm going to continue this and continue making all of them proud. So all the relationships, slowly, man, they're all getting better.
Yeah.
You can't expect to make them all better like overnight. And I thought like I truly thought that right after rehab, first time I went to rehab, I thought like they were all going to be like, he's better. Like, that's crazy talk, man. The best way to show them is, the best way to work on those relationships is to work on yourself and show them through action that you're serious.
That's some wise advice, Mark.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah. Love it.
Yeah, guys, emotional episode. Now I'm sad, but I'm happy.
Sad.
So I hear, I don't know, I hear all the time, year one's hard, but once you hit year two, it's even harder. So how do you plan on tackling year two?
Man, I gotta agree with you, but I think it's because you become complacent.
Yeah.
So I think I think to continue doing the things that are making it successful for me. Journaling, working on myself, doing this podcast, putting myself out there for, continuing to do the things that make you successful, me successful. And I really think that's why people struggle in that second year, is because they hit 1 year and like, I know I still got to keep working. And if I don't, then there's nothing stopping me from going, back out and using. But that's not what I want. And I'm going to continue to put in that work every day.
Nice. Love it.
I can't wait to ask you guys questions on your 1 years.
I'm not looking forward to that.
It'll be good, man.
Uh,
So guys,
I did pick this card for today's episode.
I am so grateful to be alive, healthy, and thriving. I like that one.
That's you, buddy.
Yeah, I am grateful.
And Dave. But yeah.
All right, fellas, should we wrap this episode up? Your boy got some cake to eat.
Ice cream cake?
Yes, sir. No, it's from a place called Bootsma Bakery.
Oh yeah, I did have one more question.
Yep.
At your home group, are you doing a celebration for your 1 year?
Yes, sir. Sunday.
Sunday. Is it a speaker meeting, and is Rebecca or anyone coming?
No, I think I'm going to ask Rebecca and Mila to come with me.
Nice. That's awesome.
Speaker meeting, but they do normally do celebrations, so
Awesome.
be good.
Nice.
And it'll be good. Get my key tag.
Yep. And some more cake.
Exactly. All right, guys. If you or someone you know is struggling, please reach out and ask for help. Thank you so much for listening.